Hello, my friends. So I am recording my second video tonight for Over the Moon, but you will see this video Friday morning. I hope you're super excited as we kind of finish up July Under the Sea. I hope you have loved this set as much as I have and are finding some real inspiration, even for other things that you might have if you don't get July Under the Sea. But why don't you have it yet, right? Okay, let's go to my demonstrator webpage. So remember that this is going to be changing up here on August the 4th. They are going to actually have a store, and then my page will be part of that storefront. Super, super exciting. And the new holiday catalog will go live on August the 4th as well. And this is my Facebook page. So thank you for those who subscribe on YouTube. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. And then come on over to my Facebook page so that you can join me for fun and games there as well. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Friday. I hope that you've had a good week. I hope that you have had some places where you feel like maybe you found some relaxation. Maybe you took a moment to craft. That would be lovely. Always makes me happy. So just going to show you one more time that little sneak peek of things that are coming soon. Super, super excited, right? And this is our final time with our Whale of a Time suite. Such a wonderful, wonderful set of products. I've had so much fun, and I'm telling you, just the tip of the iceberg. If you go, Pinterest has tons of ideas for this suite. It's really taken off. So lots of fun ideas. I think that you would super enjoy it. Super enjoy it. Don't want to miss out on that. Okay, let's pull over Magic Box. Super excited to show you what's in here today. So we are continuing on. I will show you these first. This beautiful set of cards. Okay, gorgeous. Hello. Okay, are you seeing the gorgeous, gorgeous colors of these cards? 24 cards. 24 gorgeously lined envelopes, beautiful gold on the front, $10. You heard me right, folks, $10. You need to grab up this deal before it's gone. Now, the paper pumpkin has already come, so you cannot get the paper pumpkin that matches it. However, these cards, part of the reason I wanted to show them to you is to show you that you could use them with other things, and you are going to flip out over this card set. Gorgeous. Now, I'm laughing because on the Wednesday video, I pulled these out and said that we were going to use them with this guy, and that was for today. My magic box had extras, and my Wink Stella was in there. We are actually going to use both of those today. They will get used today. They did not get used on Wednesday. You're probably like, I watched the Wednesday video, and the Wink Stella got left out. Yes, well, not today. Not today. I got a tear and tape and the beautiful pool party ribbon that comes with the suite. So gorgeous, this ribbon. We're going to be using that. I introduced the Whale of the Time sequence. You have to go check out my little Under the Sea jar. Brilliant. Love it. Got my snips. Got my Mama's watermelon scissors. Love her. I miss you, Mama. I cut my ribbon with these. Dimensionals, always. And my colors are the same that I used on Wednesday. Terracotta Tile, Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, and my very favorite, Blackberry Bliss. Very favorite. Okay. Got my two blacks. Obviously, I always have those going on. Got my bone folder. My never-ending magic box. Got my glue. I am once again revisiting this chalk marker, which I am loving. I've got my Pick-a tool, my black pen. This fabulous, fabulous stamp set. I love this stamp set. So happy. And my beautiful paper. Got my beautiful DSP. And of course, the happy, happy whale punch. And magic box is empty. All right. So here we go. We're going to create a fabulous card today with that paper. Once again, I'm super excited. So let's visit our dimensions for our card. Let's talk about that. I'm going to kind of like move all my little pieces so I just have like all my little things. You can see them here. Okay, so the dimensions of the card base itself, these are 8.5 by 5.5 cards, and then they're scored at 4 1/4. And they're already scored. That's just that's how they come. You just fold them and then use your nice, use your bone folder to make a nice crease in them. And then you're going to need a piece of cardstock. I have chosen Blackberry Bliss, and that piece of cardstock is 4 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then you're going to need a piece of your DSP. I chose one with the scene because I'm loving those scenes, and that piece is 4 by 3 3/4. So this can be anything that you want it to be. I'm just showing you what I chose. And then it says that there are inside pieces. So I picked another piece of Blackberry Bliss, sorry, 4 1/8 by 1 inch. And then a piece of the DSP that I thought looked pretty to go on top of it at 4 inches by 3/4 inches. Okay, now I am actually going to go ahead and put that piece together because I'm not stamping on this piece. So you know my rule is that if I'm going to stamp on something, I'm not going to put it down just in case there's a happy accident. We hope that there's not, but you want to, just like give yourself that leeway in case something happens. So I'm just literally fitting it down inside. And I had already, we've talked about this, I think I did this at the beginning of the month. I stamped a whole bunch of these and pre-cut them. I showed you how I kind of hand cut them in the last video in the under the sea jars. And so I am going to attach My Love for You is Bigger Than the Ocean. Are you kidding me? That's so cute. And then I had cut out some sea critters, some little sea creatures. So if you caught probably Simply Fantastic, and it's Simply Fantastic, but I will show you again. Like I had went through and cut out like turtles and little sea creatures, but the little tiny ones, I wanted to show you a full sheet of the paper because it is fabulous, and you get so many little sea creatures to choose from that I just cut them all out. So this piece of paper here, man, I got tons of little whalies and the jellyfish and the turtles, and I just like did a whole piece that I just cut up so I would have little critters. So I am going to attach these little guys because again, we're not stamping around any of them. They are just here to look happy, which they do, don't they? So cute. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and give it some time to just dry on our thing. We'll set that to the side until we're ready to put it in. That is going to go on the inside of our card. How fun is that? And I'm also, while we're here, going to go ahead and give my whalie his belly. Going to give him his belly. And I'm going to show you how I created a different eyeball today. So I've just been drawing the eyes in, which is totally fine, and you totally can do that. So I'm going to draw the eye in where I would sit the eye anyway. Like I'm going to put that down so I know like that's where I'd put his eyeball. He's the happiest whale. But I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm just gonna get that out of the way. I'm gonna show you something else that you can do if you want to add an eyeball, and then it'll give this time to dry. So these are our Stampin' Blends markers. They're wonderful for coloring. I love them. But because they're alcohol ink, they actually can go over top of. So I'm gonna do on one of the cinnamon ones, I'm going to do black over it. Like, see how I colored that black over it? And then I'm just going to let that sit and dry. And then he's going to have like a pop-up eyeball. It is really cute. It's really, really cute. Okay, so we're just going to set those to the side. Kind of let that do its thing. We can go ahead and put dimensionals on this because we will be using dimensionals for that so that it is ready as well. So these are just kind of little things that you can do and get ready. And if you were doing assembly line, which you know that I do, then I would do all of those things. I would have all my inside pieces, all my little words pre-cut, and kind of have things like going in a row. That's how I like to do things. Now, we're going to do some stamping. So of course, handy dandy happy Stamparatus. We need our Stamparatus, okay? And we're going to come back, and you know what I'm going to pick first is that seagrass because the seagrass makes everything just a little bit more magical. So we're going to start with Blackberry Bliss. Big shocker there. Okay, and I am going sideways on my card, but of course you could go up and down as well, but I'm going horizontal today. I'm going to go horizontal. So I am going to be generous with this seagrass and really like do a whole bunch, and look how gorgeous it is on this paper, you guys. It is really, really stunning, this seagrass, and this paper is magical. Gorgeous, gorgeous tones and colors in this paper. I'm so glad I ordered a set of this. I don't always order the extra because yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Like I hadn't seen the paper pumpkin set, but I could just tell from some of the looks of the colors that I was just going to be in love with this one, and I am thrilled that I ordered it. In fact, I was thinking I might want to order another set because I've got ideas for other things I can do. So you might be getting you might be getting more than one video next week with the paper pumpkin because I just really feel like I could do something else. Like I could do kind of a series for you of how to use this set not with the paper pumpkin. Like of course I'm going to do the paper pumpkin and show you something with that, but like how you could create something else. So there you go. Isn't that absolutely stunning, right? That is beautiful. Now, you know what I'm going to tell you. You've got it out and you've got it ready to go. So let's do an envelope, of course, right? We want to match our envelope. So let's do an envelope. So do one there, right? Yeah, I think I like it to go this way. I see that I got a little bit. Now, something that can happen, and I'm seeing that it happened there. So what we're going to do, sometimes when you're stamping them, you're so saturated. Like, do you see how saturated I am? Sometimes it starts to bleed onto your paper, and you don't want that. So this is where you just get a new piece. It's super simple fix for that. But you know, if you're stamping a bunch, which I have been doing, you know, the color can saturate and it just doesn't dry. It doesn't dry as fast as you're stamping. So in that case, then just get a new one. So I had made a little smudgy there. You know that that's totally fixable. We'll just come along and we'll make it look like we wanted seagrass at the bottom as well. Happy accidents. Happy accidents, always fixable. Now, I am also going to stamp on this scene. I know that there's stuff already there, but I think that adding some gorgeous extra seagrass along the bed here really does something quite beautiful to this paper. I think it's actually quite lovely. So just having fun with it. Look how beautiful that is. Just add something. Just add something so beautiful. Okay, so we've done the seagrass for all of that. So we are done with our Blackberry Bliss. We're going to come back in with our Coastal Cabana and add two, because you know I'm loving that combo on the seagrass. So we're going to clean this off with our handy dandy chamois, right? Keeping our stuff clean. I always, you know, check, make sure. See, there was a little extra on there. So it's a good idea to just make sure you got it clean. And then we're going to come back in and we're going to crisscross and we're going to add that gorgeous coastal cabana, which I truly do love. I think it is quite enchanting. And I think the combo is enchanting. I love it. I love how it looks together. I think it's quite beautiful. Isn't that lovely? Just add something. Just adds a really pretty little extra. Okay, and then we're going to come along here and we're going to add, now isn't the envelope beautiful? Look at the beautiful gold. Like there's gold around there. So beautiful. Stampin' Up! Does a great job. I think they do a great job on a lot of things, but I think that one of the things that they excel in is their coordination and making something go together. Their colors go so well together. And I think that you just really get what I feel is like a professional look with little effort, in my opinion. You know, you're stamping along and you're like, wow, that is really beautiful. And it wasn't, I don't feel like it takes effort on my part. I feel like I'm like, yes, thank you, Stampin' Up! For making me look professional without a lot of work. And look at what you've created. Stunning. So I don't know if any of you have actually been under the sea, as we talk about being under the sea. I went on a mission trip to the Cayman Islands when I was 20. I think I was, yeah, 20. So 30 years ago. How crazy is that? I went on a mission trip. I say the Cayman Islands. It was not a it's not a nice area of the Cayman Islands. It was actually very scary for my roommate and I. We truly were, don't want to say the only white people on the island, but yeah, pretty much. And the host family that we stayed with was like, you can't go out. You will be in danger. Bad things will happen to you. Never be alone on the island. So, you know, you're 20 years old. That's a little scary. I have never been around any of that in my lifetime. So I'm always sad, you know, when I hear of all the different hot buttons of people hating people. I mean, that was a moment in my life, just a moment. That's the only time I've ever experienced that. So my heart breaks for people who have experienced that hatred their whole life. But that mission trip was eye-opening to me, and we were so loved, and we loved on those children that were there. So, you know, I got to see the ocean. It was beautiful. We went on a underwater, we went in a submarine. Way down, went underwater, and the colors are astounding. So, you know, you go to an aquarium, which I love. I love the aquarium, but and you see that, I mean, that is real. Like we got to go snorkeling. We went on a glass bottom boat ride, which was amazing. The amazing thing was is that the island opened its heart up to these kids who, we have a shed where we keep, you know, our Christmas decorations and that kind of stuff. And one of the families that we took care of, that's what they lived in, with dirt on the floor. And yeah, I think there were 6 or 7 people who lived in that. It's just very eye-opening in your life when you realize how good you have it. You know, and I mean, I can remember, you know, my mama saying, you don't know what it's like for other people and you should be thankful. And she was right. All of those things. You know, and I can remember having attitude like, oh my gosh, I just don't want to eat my food, or, you know, whatever things that we say. But that really was very life-changing for me when I saw the reality of other people's lives. And this was their life. This was what they knew. And they were happy. These children, you know, we went there, and honestly, what changed was me. Like I realized that what they needed was love. Maybe my 2 cents worth about how to change their lives, or, you know, do this or do that. These kids were happy. We shared the love of Christ with them. They opened their arms to us, and it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. Something that I will cherish for my whole life. So, yeah. So when I think about the sea, that's what I think about. I mean, I think about the beautiful water and the beautiful places that we got to visit, and the things that the kids got to do that they wouldn't have gotten to do if we hadn't been there to try to help open the doors of like, hey, why don't do you have a little thing that you could do to show the kids? So stuff on the main island, on the touristy island that these kids had never been to, that they'd never seen. And I got to be a part of that. So that was a huge blessing for me. We got to go to Stingray Island. We got to feed stingrays. That was pretty magical as well. So yeah, lots of cool experiences, something that I've never experienced before. My one friend, actually lives in the Cayman Islands, so sometimes I get to talk to her and I think about, like, oh gosh, I was there. I mean, again, 30 years ago, so it's been a moment, but yeah, still very, very magical. So you see that I'm adding these dots, and I know you've heard me say it before, but sometimes the details matter. Sometimes taking it up a notch, a little emerald moment there, taking it up a notch with just adding these little details, it does make a difference. It does. You're doing something quite brilliant with this paper. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. Okay, so I think that we might be done stamping. Yep, I think we might be done stamping. Okay, our envelope is completely done. So we can put that to the side. So what I'm going to do, because the inside is super easy, we have already created that piece. Remember that inside piece that I had you put together? We're going to put it down in the grass. Is that not gorgeous? So that piece is done. And that is all I'm going to do to the inside. You are certainly welcome to add other sea creatures or cut out other pieces and put it in there. But I just fell in love with how that looked up around the words. And I love the seagrass, kind of coming down, draping, my drapey effect kind of coming down. I just think that's beautiful. So that is the inside of our card. Now we've got this beautiful piece here. We're going to go ahead and put some tape down because on this edge, we're going to put that ribbon once again. And the ribbon, I realize it is a depth. It adds some more dimension to your card. It adds some beautiful shimmer. It's not a standout ribbon. It's not meant to be. It's not this like woo ribbon. It's meant to be this beautiful extra, yeah, this beautiful extra texture. Okay, so on this piece, we are going to do our dimensionals because we want this to be popped up off. So again, I'm going to be super generous with my dimensionals. I was thinking again about that trip and about how wonderful those kids were. Those kids felt loved by us. We went there and oh my gosh, we had to create our own curriculum and we created stuff out of nothing. Refrigerator boxes. We made puppet shows. Like it was the most challenging, one of the most challenging times of my life, but one of the most rewarding. And I was just thinking about, how the kids responded to us. Why? Because we went there with love in our hearts to just get to know them, to form a relationship with them. And I started to think about that in the world we have today. And I know it probably sounds super, super simplistic, but I just think if we would stop and listen to each other, if we would stop and listen without an agenda, without having to be right, without having to spout opinions. I heard a sermon this weekend and he's like, my opinion doesn't really matter. And that is a no-no in today's world. But the truth is, it is just my opinion. And so if I have to spout it and I have to be heard and I stomp on other people, then I think I've kind of lost my way a little bit. I've kind of lost my way. So now we're just going to put that on top. And that piece underneath is just to give it a little extra dimension, just to give it a little extra oomph. We're going to go ahead and attach this piece with the glue. Excuse my head for a minute. I was just trying to make sure, make sure I got it all squared up. Now, I think this is enough that we'll take our Pick-a tool. pull that up and add our lovely ribbon once again. This ribbon, you guys, it's stunning. And I was thinking it would be stunning for Christmas too. The beautiful blues. Um, yeah, I could see you doing some really pretty things with it too. And I love that you see the ribbon, but that you can see the pretty stuff underneath it. I think that's pretty cool too. I'm just going to trim it up. There we go. Look at that already. Look at that already taking shape. Now, we have already done a couple fun things here. You know what? We need to stamp our whaley. We need to give him his little dots, right? Because that always, always makes a difference in our happy little whaley. Like, look at that. It just makes him come to life. You guys, you know, I'm so obsessed with this whaley willy. He makes me so happy, the little whaley willy. Okay, happy little whaley willy. Now, we are going to look at where, like, I think I want my, you're kind of a big deal down there. Yep, I love that. Just that that's a personal preference. Like, where would I want to place that at? Super, super simple. Okay, got that going on. Now we need some dimensionals on our little Willy because he needs to be popped up. And I'm actually going to, I love, you know, I use every part of the dimensionals. So I love these little like corner pieces. They're actually perfect for his tail. And then I can come over here and get the tip of his head. So he's got one there too. So then we're going to place our little whaley. Okay, get our little peelies off of there. That's the only thing. Sometimes with the ones, when you cut them in half, you got to be careful. You just want them to stay because sometimes the little peelies don't want to come off as well. Okay, so I think he belongs... yes, right there. And then we've got to give him a little spouter. I realized in the other video when I was making, I didn't give him the spouter. But when you saw the pictures on Thursday, you'll see that I did give him a spouty. I went ahead and put a spouty on him. So we got that one, and thought I had, yep, I do. Got the little one. That's the only thing with these guys. It can be easy to lose these little pieces. So a lot of times when I'm putting my stuff together, I think I told you the baggie's the best. Like I'll just keep all my bits and pieces in a baggie. Keep them in a baggie together. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're just going to add a few baby details. So remember the eyeball that we colored in. Need a little bit of glue. I know these have sticky on the back, but I just always do a little bit of glue because I just always worry that it's not going to stay. I'm a little funny that way. And don't worry, the glue dries clear. But look at his pop-up eyeball. Isn't that cute? And then remember that we had the sequins. So I thought this was fun. There is actually one in here that looks like a seashell. I think we'll put that over here in the corner. So I just do a dot of glue and I just stick it down and then it will stick. But I look at the little seashell and then maybe we'll do a dark blue like up here so you can see it. Oh, cutie. So there it is. Fell out of my... These are tough. I'm just going to say. So this might not be your favorite. If you don't want to like be fussy, yeah, you don't want to bother with these if you don't want to be fussy because it is fussy. They're brilliant for the jar. If you caught my video on Wednesday for the under the sea jar, they're brilliant in the jar, in the shaker jar. They are fabulous. So got a little guy there. Do one up here. So you're seeing what I'm doing. This is all fussy though, so if this isn't your favorite, don't do it. The Picker tool sometimes works for me with these and sometimes not. They could get it to stick. So there you go. You've got like your little, you've got like your fun, you've got like your fun little extra pieces. And then I promised I'd also use the Wink of Stella, and I did indeed. So we're going to take the Wink of Stella. Now it's not going to show probably too much on camera. I'll try to hold it up and show you. But I did his spout and I did his belly with the Wink of Stella. And it's really cute. Really cute. Okay, so I'm going to try to show it. Trying to see. You can see it, probably not so much, but are you kidding me? Are you seeing how cute he is? Look at how cute he is. So I did this one. I did this little guy. Oh, you can see the Wink of Stella. See him on his belly? Look at him in the orange. So the different cards. So same technique. This was a different scene picture. And then another one of this guy. Oh, and you know what I forgot? I was noticing it on here as I went back through and I did that chalk. I did pieces of that chalk to make it stand out. I just really love, I love that white chalk. Thank you, Christy, for suggesting it. She was like, hey, have you looked into that white chalk? And I had not. So I am thrilled to have looked into the chalk, and now I love it. I love it on the detail. Isn't that fun? All right. I think that's all the advertisements. I was trying to think of all the little things that I could share with you. Let's go to the front screen. Okay, so hopefully you have a great Friday. Hope you have a great weekend. That was it for July Under the Sea. And then on Monday, get ready for the paper pumpkin box. And I think if I have time, I'm going to do at least one more video showing you another way you can use the extra add-on. So remember, the add-on is 24 cards, 24 envelopes, $10. And that only is through the end of July. So you will want to jump on that. Let me know. I can help put an order in. And if you don't have the whale suite, what are you waiting for? Get that whale suite. Okay, so go and make the world a better place, my friend. Find a way to share light and love to the world around you. And until I see you again, what am I going to say? I bid you adieu.